Hello, my lovely people. How are we? I feel like this is a slightly different one today, but I just wanted to check in with you guys. Simple as that. I've just had a really lovely day off, and I was walking back up to my apartment, and I was like, do you know what? Like, I want to just check in with you guys. I've not really done a video like this before. Firstly, I just want to say I know that my channel is very little, but I appreciate every single one of you that just even watches my videos. I mean, I love it when you guys like and comment, but even just watching my videos, I appreciate it so much. Like, if I think about around 8 months ago, I literally just had it was like 4 or 6 subscribers or something, which was obviously just like a couple of my family and friends. I just had 2 kind of like travel videos up. And then I was like, do you know what? I want to make this an actual regular thing. I love making videos. I love documenting parts of my life. And yeah, I've just kind of grown the channel gradually over the last, I'd say, like 8 months. And I really appreciate you guys watching, because I don't know anything special. I'm literally just filming parts of my life and just sharing experiences with you guys. So I really genuinely appreciate the fact that some of you guys regularly watch my videos and enjoy them. It feels really good. So thank you so much. I appreciate every single one of you. Now, you may tell by looking at me, I am a sweaty mess. My hair is all over the place. So it is such a nice day here in Sydney. It's really hot. I think it's been around 27 degrees or something, and just like clear blue skies. I'm out of breath because I just walked up to the apartment, as I said, but like in the heat, it just makes it 10 times harder. And I've had a hat on. Obviously got to protect the scalp, so that's why my hair is just like gone all messy and beachy. But anyway, I had such a lovely day. I went down to the beach and I just sunbathed for a few hours and just zoned out. Got myself an Ice Long Black, as per usual. That wasn't really a thing. I never used to have that drink, but I'm really loving like the black coffees at the moment. Now, I've definitely touched upon it on some of my videos, and I actually spoke about it in the last one when I was down the beach. But I think like the last month or so, I was just feeling really deflated, to be honest. And not like with my actual life, but I think, as I've told you guys, if you watch regularly, I think just from like comments, and mainly whilst I'm at work, because obviously I'm in a place where strangers can just speak to me and say what they want. When you're like walking around, you'll get like the odd person try and stop you or like talk to you or whatever. But you know, people don't really have a reason to come up and talk to you, so you can like avoid it. But when you're working in a customer facing role, you cannot avoid it. And I think I was just feeling super deflated from certain comments, and I think I started feeling more deflated when some of the comments become very personal. That's when I was like more just angry that people thought that they could say that to me, and that I can't really do much about it because I'm in work. And it's just sad because it's like people are doing those types of jobs because they just need money to pay rent and pay bills and pay for food and enjoy themselves. And that's why people are in those kind of roles, for the money, working hard. And for people to come in and see that as an easy target to just like let out their stress or whatever on you, it more just annoys me, which then I think sometimes when I get annoyed, it turns into just feeling like upset and overwhelmed. So I think I was just feeling quite deflated from the way people were just talking to me. So what I started doing is on my days off, kind of, I guess, hiding in the apartment. Like I would go out and do a walk, but then I would just come and like, if it was a nice day, come and sunbathe on the balcony. But like, as much as I'm always kind of, it feels like I'm always on my balcony, as much as I love doing that, when I used to have days off, I almost always would walk down to the beach and sunbathe on the sand. Like I used to love it. And like I said, even when I was going down to Coogee recently, I was hiding up on like the rock in like a quiet place. And I kind of feel like I was doing that because, yeah, as simple as I was trying to avoid people. But then when I think about that, I'm like, as much as quiet time is nice, I'm literally like letting people kind of control how I feel and like where I go, and not doing the things that I love about Sydney, which is going and laying on the sand and being by the water. And then because I kind of stopped doing the things that made me love Sydney so much, because of the way I was kind of feeling from people's comments at work, I kind of then started thinking, maybe it's just Sydney I'm just not too keen on anymore. And although I have to be honest, Sydney has never been my favourite place I've been to in Australia, and it's never really been somewhere where I'm like, I can see my whole future in Sydney. But I have always absolutely loved my life in Sydney. But I think, as I said, one too many comments at work, the way people were speaking to me, and personal comments as well, it started to then rub off on my days off and actually in my life. And I was reflecting on that recently. And I was like, nah, like, so I was like, no. And I did this the other day when I had a day off as well. I'm like, no, I'm going down to Coogee because I'm bringing back the things into my life that made me love my life in Sydney. And that has been one of them, simple as just walking down to the beach and just chilling there, getting myself an iced coffee or bringing one down with me and just chilling there and zoning out and seeing everyone just enjoying themselves and happy. Is such a carefree lifestyle when you see that side of Sydney. I think because I was just, everything just turned into about work, which just gets busy, people rushing, people angry. And I was associating that with Sydney. But actually, if I think about when I first came to Sydney, I remember thinking about what a chilled out city it was, because that's the side of it I was seeing. I guess what I'm trying to say is, when you go somewhere, it's what you make of it and what you choose to notice. So anyway, I went down to Coogee today and I chilled there and I was like, I absolutely love Sydney. I am so lucky to have lived here for as long as I have, and hopefully try and make it long term, whether that's in Sydney or just somewhere else in Australia. But so I guess my point is, when you feel a little bit lost, or if you're feeling a bit lost now, because let's be honest, in life, we're busy, we're working, we're hopping onto social media and seeing how other people are living their lives. And something as simple as remembering what you love and what brings you enjoyment and why you used to love something is so simple, but we forget what that thing is that we love to do and what brings us like happiness, no matter how small it is. So if you're feeling that way, or you find yourself feeling that way, bring yourself back to the things that you love. Don't think, oh, I used to love that, but I don't anymore. Maybe if you go do that thing, you'll find that same love and enjoyment as you did when you used to do it. What I mean by that is I stopped going down to the beach and stuff because I would be like, no, it's going to be too busy. I'm going to see people I know, like I just don't want to speak to anyone right now. And I would associate the busyness with how I feel when I'm at work, but it's like a different environment, and I had to like separate that and bring myself back down there to remind myself, no, I absolutely love doing this. And this might sound silly to some of you, so if it does, like, this video is not for you, but if you know what I'm talking about, then I hope this can help and you can relate to it. And guys, this could be as simple as just literally watching a film that you used to love and used to make you feel really good. Like, I used to be obsessed with the film Aquamarine. Me and my best mate back at home used to absolutely love it. And at every sleepover, especially in the summer, we would watch that and then we'd go down to the beach the next day. Because I live kind of in like a seaside town. And I just remember like at that age thinking, I want to live in a place like that. I want to live in America. I want to live in like Florida, that type of thing at the time. I want to live in Australia. I just want to live somewhere where I can live that kind of lifestyle. And so I did that. I did that for myself. I moved to Australia and I made that my reality. But I was starting to forget that because you become used to it. So I watched Aquamarine the other day, and it brought back all those feelings of how I felt when I was younger. And I was like, oh my God, I actually did it. Like, I moved to Australia and I'm trying to make a life here for myself. Like, little me back then would have been like so excited that that actually could be a reality, and that I actually went to Fiji, which I was obsessed with after watching Aquamarine. And I was like, I have to go there, but I never thought that I actually would, but I have been. And I'm now living in Australia. And I think the same with looking back at old videos of myself and old photos. It's not so much looking back and dwelling on how your life is in the present and what the future is going to be. It doesn't have to be that way. Like, looking back isn't always a bad thing. In fact, it can actually help to kind of like ground you, recenter you, and remind you why you're doing what you're doing and what you yourself, not anyone else, genuinely enjoy doing. And you stopped because of all the noise, because of people's opinions, people saying this and that to you, and you kind of retreated back into your shell and forgot about the things you genuinely love to do. And I'm not just like speaking words without meaning. I genuinely mean this, guys, because with how I was being spoken to at work and stuff, I did notice myself the last kind of month or two beginning to isolate myself, and on my days off just not wanting to be around anyone. And yes, that's important. I talk about that. It's good to have alone time to, you know, bring yourself back down, but let yourself feel that way, but not for too long. And do not stop the things that you absolutely love just because some other idiots are struggling in their own life and taught you like complete and utter shite, because you've been working on yourself. And if you know you do not speak to people in that way, even when you're struggling, you have worked on yourself and you are trying to live the life that you always dreamt of living. Okay, do not retreat back into your shell and make yourself feel like the weird one because of what other people are saying to you. Everyone lives on different timelines. Everyone has a different idea of how they want their life to look and what brings them happiness. For me personally, and again, I don't say this lightly, and if you know me, you know this is true, I genuinely enjoy and love the little things in life. And I would be quite happy. I always said when I was little, I just want a house on the beach, wake up every morning, have my coffee, go for a swim, and just be in nature and the sun. And I'm doing that for myself. And I think for a while I started to forget that I was doing that and how much I love it, because I was letting that kind of cloud in my head take over. So guys, if you're struggling in work, but you need to be in that job for the money or whatever it is right now, just please, on your days off, try not to isolate yourself too much. And when I say that, I mean, you don't have to go calling up all your mates and like planning a big group event. I mean, like, at least just get outside and just be amongst people, because I feel like that's actually what we're all lacking. You know, we're always on our phone and seeing what people are up to. But get out and be amongst it and just sit back, people watch, enjoy it. And just go right now. If you're watching this in an evening or something, and maybe you're not even happy where you're living right now, but just go watch that film that you used to love when you were little. And gosh, the way you'll feel after watching that, you'll feel so much better. Just by watching a film that you used to love when you were little. Just go do that right now. And it will remind you of all of your goals and ambitions that you had when you were younger and what you thought you were going to become. And hopefully it will get you back on that right path. So I hope this little chat helped. I love you all lots. Again, thank you so much for watching. And sorry that I've all sandy, sweaty, sun creamy, hat hair. But yeah, love you all lots, and I'll see you in the next one.